There is a lot of talk about executive function. And what we know about executive function is that it's not one thing. And that's why so many people struggle with executive function. It actually has lots of components. The first one we're going to talk about is initiation. Why is it so hard to initiate a task? Well, first of all, let's figure out why you can't initiate it. So sometimes you can't initiate a task because you really don't know what the task is. You haven't defined what it is. Two, you may not have the tools to get it done. You may know what the task is. You may not have the resources or knowledge to complete the task. And the worst one, or probably the one that's most challenging, is it just feels so overwhelming. So why is it that when we have this really big task to do, we decide we're going to fold laundry or do the dishes instead, or maybe mow the lawn? Well, I can tell you why. Because those things have very visible measures of completion. When you have a large task, one of the best things you could do is actually break it down into smaller steps so that you can check off each of those smaller steps and see the visible progress you're making on that task. Now, if it's something where you don't know what the task is, figure out what you need to understand and where you're going to get that information. If it's something where you don't have the materials or the resources, you need to gather those things. But more often than not, the bigger reason why we procrastinate on a task that we don't want to do is because we don't know how to measure it. We don't know when it's done. So much like we know when the laundry is folded because there are no more clothes in the basket, or the lawn is mowed because all the grass is now an even length of grass, we need to figure out how can we make this task measurable in a way that you feel like you've accomplished something after you've spent an hour on it, but yet it's a 10-hour task. Use those check boxes, break it down, and allow yourself to see that progress as you're going forward.